In this video, we're going to create a business logo in Illustrator using shapes. To do this, open Illustrator and create an A4 size canvas. Click Create New and under Print, click View All Presets and find A4 in the list. Click the A4 canvas and then click Create. Draw a rectangle using the rectangle tool in the center of your canvas. Now click the Direct Selection tool, which is the white cursor in the top left-hand corner of your screen. The Direct Selection tool allows us to select individual parts of an image or object. Drag a box around the two top corners of the rectangle and you'll see two blue dots appear. Click and hold the mouse button or trackpad down and drag inwards towards the center of the rectangle until a red line appears. Then release the mouse button or the trackpad button. Drag a selection box around the bottom left-hand corner of the rectangle and click and drag the blue dot upwards towards the center of the rectangle until the line turns red. Then release the mouse or trackpad button. With the main body of the logo now drawn, click the selection tool in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It's the black cursor at the top of the menu bar. Now click and drag a box around the main logo and click Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. Now click on the copy and drag it to the side of the original. Now click on the corner slider and drag inwards to resize the eye of the owl in our logo. When you've resized it, click to drag and place it in the main body of the logo. Then use the ellipse tool to draw a circle for the eye. Draw this inside by clicking, holding Shift and dragging to draw an eye, and make sure that you see the pink crosshair so we have a perfect circle. You can then release the mouse button and release Shift. Do that a second time to draw another circle. Hold Shift, click and draw another eye. If it's not in the perfect center, we can simply click on the selection tool and move the eye around. Once you're happy with the eye, you can click anywhere on the grey background and we can move on to the next step. Make sure you have the selection tool clicked and then hold the Shift key down and click on each shape that makes up the eye. When all of them have been selected, release the Shift key and select Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. Move this eye to the side of the original. If you see a pink crosshair, this means that they're perfectly aligned. Then click Object, Transform, Reflect. When the Reflect message box appears, make sure Vertical is checked and then click OK. We now have a mirror copy of the eye. Click on the grey background and make sure that the eye is deselected. Now you can check to make sure that both eyes are aligned correctly. The copy is slightly higher than the original, so I'm going to click the eye and hold the Shift key and select the two circles. I'm then going to use the down arrow to just move the eye slightly and put it in place. You can move the eye around by pressing the arrow keys. When you're happy with the placement, click back on the grey background to make sure that you've aligned them correctly. If you still need to make changes, simply select the circles again and move them around until you're happy. When you're ready, click on the grey background. Both eyes look aligned. Now click the selection tool and click on the right hand side inner eye. Resize the eye like I am here. Make sure you see the pink crosshair. With that inner eye enlarged, click the direct selection tool, hold the shift key and click the second part of the eye so they are both selected. Now click the shape builder tool in the left hand side of the screen. You can hover your cursor over the different parts of the eye and you'll see they are highlighted in black. Right next to the cursor you'll see a plus symbol. If we hold the Option key, or Alt in Windows, you'll see that plus becomes a minus. If you now click the mouse button, we can delete the shaded part. Delete the two shaded parts like I have, and you'll be left with a crescent moon. Now select the ellipse tool again and create a large circle towards the bottom of the owl. Again, click the direct selection tool, hold the shift key and click on the main body of the owl so that's selected. Now click the shape builder tool, hold the Option key and remove the outer part of the new circle. We can now finish the owl by adding colour. Click the selection tool and click on the grey background to make sure everything is deselected. Now click on the different parts of the owl and click on the right hand side fill colour to change the different pieces. Select the colour you want to use and then move on to the next part of the owl. You may have to click twice to select each part. Edit the fill colours until you are happy with the way your logo looks. When you've finished adding colour, you've finished the logo. We can now save our project so we can make changes later on if needed by clicking File, Save As. Give the project a name. I'm going to call mine Owl Logo. Type your name in the Save As box. Then select a place to save your file. I'm going to save mine on the desktop. And then click Save. With the Illustrator options, we can leave those as they are. Just click OK. And your logo has been saved. If you want to use your logo in your work, you need to export the file as a graphic. To do that, click File, Export, Export As. You can then leave the name the same, so I'm going to leave this as Owl Logo, and we can select the format from the different options. You're going to want either PNG, this supports transparent backgrounds, a JPEG, which is a standard image, or an SVG. An SVG file is special because it allows us to resize the image, making it smaller or much larger without losing any quality. This is why we use Illustrator. A PNG and a JPEG can't be resized without affecting the quality. This is what makes an SVG file so special. When you've selected the format you want to use, click the Export button, and again, I will save mine on my desktop. Click Export, ignore the options, leave them as they are, and click OK. And you've exported your image for use in your work.